think people getting taken, abducted?
Kids being sold or something like that.
Terrifying. I think of my son, the first thing I think of.
Yeah.
Like, especially for Mexico, people, they exchange things for human.
Yeah.
More at risk?
At risk, yeah.
Probably women, young women.
Yeah.
I think anybody.
I can't speak for the LA, but I imagine it is definitely happening in the United States, especially on the East Coast.
I would hope it's not, but I don't want to be ignorant to it.
I would say you wouldn't know because they probably have the people so convinced what they're doing is right, or not necessarily what is right, but brainwashed in a sense.
Probably pretty disgusting. I think that it's graphic.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's kind of disturbing. More like just kidnapping and just people disappearing.
You know, I think of, you know, a womanizer and...
Disgusting.
It's something positive for, you know, some people and something, you know, negative for others, you know. You know, Rolling Stone magazine, MTV, you know, social media, any kind of media, period. Yeah, you always, you know, that word, pimp in particular, you know, I mean, it's everywhere. It's always the woman, you know, in particular, she wants a pimp. It's for, you know, security.
Girls that don't know any better, naive girls, young, and they, once they, you know, get them in a sexual situation, you know, then they start trying to, you know, compromise by, you know, forcing them or intimidating them.
Mainstream pop culture here is, you know, out of control. Like, bad things are good, you know, and good things are bad. But being a pimp, I mean, that's really glorified, you know.
I kind of think of a woman like selling her body for money.
A lady who sells her body to make money.
What about you?
Well, not so much a lady, because there are guys that are prostitutes. But yeah, it could be to make money, it could be because they're forced to do it, it could be to support their habit, or it could be because they don't have a choice, it could be because they like, it could be a lot of things.
You have pimps, you know, sometimes, you know, pimp may come in and be like, yo, you need to sell this shit before, like, you know, get that pimp smack across the face, you know what I'm saying? But that's reality.
Willingly, sometimes, but sometimes they don't have a choice, sometimes they're forced, sometimes they got a family to support, sometimes they probably want to do drugs, sometimes they just need to make money. Sometimes with some of those, that's all they know.
Yep.
I know that there's sex slaves in like India, and like these girls are like 4 or 5 years old, and their parents be like giving them up to all these like random ass guys, you know. I'm not saying sex isn't only just to make babies, it's also a pleasurable thing. And, you know, some people just don't know how to control themselves, you know.
Maybe, I would say like 16 maybe.
It could be everybody. It could be your high school principal. It could be the mailman. It could be anybody. Yeah, I've seen, you know, prostitution near my area, and you see the people that get them. You're like, whoa, these guys look like normal people.
It exists, not only in India. I'm pretty sure there's basically human trafficking. It's worldwide. Like, I heard the other day that after, I think, stocks, I think human trafficking is like the most, like, you know, sold upon thing as far as like the economy or something like that.
Sex trafficking is a form of modern-day slavery, where people are made to sell their bodies through force, fraud, or coercion. Many people picture this happening in faraway places, but the reality is it's probably happening in your hometown. While there are risk factors for people more likely to end up in human trafficking, the reality is it can happen to anyone. A few of the areas you will see sex trafficking are the commercial sex industry, like pornography and strip clubs, as well as on the streets, in street prostitution, in brothels, and through online ads.
Pimp culture is definitely glamorized in our society today, through music, through videos, and even through people saying things like "that's so pimpin'." But the reality is that pimps are traffickers. They find a need of a girl, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, and they exploit that. It could be through tricking them into a relationship or a business contract, or even giving them a false sense of security. Many times when people hear the word prostitute, they think of a woman that's addicted to drugs or in a really bad financial situation. And sometimes that is the case, but the reality is that very few women who are selling their bodies actually want to be out there doing it. Most of the time they've been forced or manipulated into that situation. We see girls out on the street that are as young as 12 years old, and that is the average age of entry into prostitution in the United States. Many of the older women that we see that are out on the streets have been there for years and years, and the people who are purchasing them could be anybody. We see doctors, we see lawyers, we see fathers, we see average men and women every day. And we don't just see women being purchased, we see men out there, we see children, and this is an issue that literally affects everybody and involves everyone.
Justice 180 is a non-profit organization based in Los Angeles and doing work globally. We work in the areas of prevention, outreach, and training. We are doing prevention work by working with those at risk of being trafficked, as well as raising awareness about this issue. We reach out to those being exploited on the streets of Los Angeles and in red light districts around the world. We also train people to use their gifts and passions to do the same.